Good morning. I hope everyone had a very Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. I believe today is Kwanzaa. Happy Kwanzaa to those who celebrate. I got a little time before work because there weren't a lot of orders the last 2 days. But I want to do like a precursor leading into Lindsay and I's. It's actually our first video, but it'll be the third one that I posted. And this one, because we came out of the gate very serious, because to us, marriage is serious. It's not a trial and error. And so we talk about some heavy things, but I want to really emphasize in this video, before you watch it, this is what we're coming at. So we talk about being equally yoked, which is be with someone that shares the same faith with you, that believes the same things as you. And yes, it is Christian based, but you know, if you're Muslim, it's going to be a lot easier if you marry someone that is Muslim. If you are Jewish, if you're Hindu, it's going to be a lot easier, and there won't be as much strife in the household. So that's kind of what we want to emphasize. And another thing, being equally yoked, this is not about race. It's okay to have interracial relationships. You know, people want to contest that and use scripture, but it's taken out of context because I forget if it's Deuteronomy. It's Deuteronomy, and then I think first or second Kings. But he's saying, don't marry outside of like your tribe because they serve other gods. So he's not saying, you know, if you're white, don't marry a black person. He's not saying that. He's saying if you go outside of that, then you're going to serve other gods. Because Solomon, he loved women. He had over 1,000 wives. So he eventually started serving their gods, building altars and sacrificing to their God instead of just being solely focused on God. So that's what we're aiming at. We're not saying, you know, stick with your color, stick with your ethnicity. We are not saying that. It's okay to do that. And you make beautiful babies, by the way. So I wanted to emphasize those 2 points for sure. And then the very last one, because, you know, some people are going to turn it off and not hear what we're saying, or they're going to be offended and not hear what we're saying. So in the second video, we talk about covenant, which the second video is the very last one of the series. And we go deeper into that because marriage is a covenant. And we're saying that you should, whoever you marry, this is for like life. But there are circumstances, especially if it's abuse. We're not saying to stay with that person. I think we say that in the second video. Don't put up with that. And this is male or female, because I do know a wife that was hitting her husband, and thankfully he didn't hit back, but he had enough. And so he had to call the police a couple times. So that can go either way. Abuse can go either way. So we're not saying to stay in that relationship. Maybe separate until that person can get some help. But if they're not going to get help and they're not going to change, it's okay. Cheating. I know couples who made it and who didn't make it. I am not a marriage counselor. I do not have a pastoral license, so I can't tell you what to do. And personally, I don't know what I would do. I know if I waited this long and that fool gonna cheat on me, I'm gonna beat the hell out of him. I'll be straight up. Especially, you know, if he tried to grab me and be like, I'm so sorry, I'm throwing a punch. I've only ever punched one person one time, and that was in middle school. And I warned him. I said, say it again, and I'm gonna punch you. And I did. And I didn't get in trouble. But I don't know. I can't answer that for you. That's got to be a decision between you and the spouse, you and God, number one, if you're praying about it. And there are other circumstances, abandonment, you know, your spouse just up and leaves you, especially leaves you with children. That's something I can't answer. But we want, you know, Lindsay and I wanted to be clear on this before you watch this video, because we're going over what equally yoked means and unequally yoked, and we don't really emphasize those points until the second video. So we just want to be clear, and that's why I'm posting this before I post that video tonight. So I really hope these videos have helped. I know I've gotten some comments via different apps, but it's all right. It's okay to criticize. It's okay to share your opinions. Absolutely fine. That's part of free speech. And I do the same thing to other people, so it's okay. Yeah, so I hope it helps, and I hope you enjoy it. So I have the 2 more, and then we'll be done, and then maybe we'll come back. But that's it. So you all have a wonderful day today, and enjoy.